Hello. Welcome back to Ratropolis. What was last? Merchant? So we're General today? Yeah, General on the coast. That's right. Let me double check. Let me just be sure. Let me just be certain I'm cycling through these properly. Yeah. Move you on over in front of me as well. Here we go. Hey, how you doing today? Me? Oh, you know. I'm doing fine. Hanging in there. As is usual. Not much going on, you know? As is often the case. Just kinda hanging out. Did some work for some videos that I got in the pipeline for the old YouTube here yesterday after I finished recording those two Ratropolis for today, which will be yesterday for you now and 2 days ago because of the way that time works with YouTube upload schedules. And other than that, not much really lately. You know the drill. There's nothing to do. Ruin my economy in 2 simple steps. Step 1, press redraw. Step 2, don't look at my money. Wow, I've done it. Economy trashed. It's not that big a deal. We're the general, so we have a pretty strong start for our income because of all of these grains. And I was talking about this. I talked about this last night on stream a little bit. I think my ideal first wave reward is probably a house. I have grain finishing up. I can put these units down. Yeah, I think if I were to choose what I could get, like let me take anything of my choice, I'd probably take a house every time. I think I said house, card remove, card remove, card remove for waves 1, 2, 3, 4. House, yeah, and then 3 card removes, and then I'll get rid of your starting card and all 3 of your cheeses by wave 5, and then you're in a very dominant position. Take Soulflower here. It's not good right now, but it does more money than grain. It does similar money to grain, right? 50 seconds for 60 gold versus 80 seconds, is it? 60 seconds for 80 gold. I'm gonna grab this wall. We're gonna slow it down a little bit here. It's okay. I don't need to power out the economy or power out the units right now because we're the general. The buffed up units on the left side are holding it down. But nah, I'm feeling good about Ratropolis lately. You know, I feel like I'm in a better place than I was recently with this game. In a bit of a more favorable position, I would say. And I've got a video in the pipeline. I'll give you the sneak peek. It's gonna be a like intro to Hades sort of mechanics thing, so that if I end up deciding to move Hades over to here, because today is the last day I'm going to be playing Hades on my stream for a while, but I may bring it over to YouTube as a daily run sort of situation. I want to take the interdrat. I'm feeling lucky. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's really good. And we'll take the restaurant. If I do move it over to here though, Hades, I want to have, if you watch these videos and you want to watch those, but you're like, what the hell, this guy's just jumping right into high level content. I have no idea what's going on. You'll have a video to watch that explains the basic mechanics and what's going on in the game overall. You'll miss out on some of the story stuff, but I might, if I bring it over here, I might also just start fresh, but I feel like I just want to play the runs. I don't really want to go through all of the story again, because it's a lot of story, and it's drip fed to you. For sure. So that's on the way. And then I might just see how I feel about doing daily stuff for Hades. It wouldn't affect the Ratropolis upload schedule at all. It'd be the same. I'd do probably the same 2 Ratropolis episodes a day, and then I'd put up Hades. Maybe daily, maybe every other day, something like that. Those runs aren't long, though, for Hades. They're like... Could take livestock here. I think I'd pick up Ambush here, actually, to help me with the upcoming boss. A run in Hades takes about... the upper bound is about 55 minutes if I have a really bad run, and the lower bound I've had as low as 20 minutes. A bit more variance than something like Ratropolis, though, on the episode length. Ratropolis is very... Every single run is going to last about the same amount of time, and if it doesn't last that much time, it's because you died. Whereas that game, the room length is variable. You can have a really slow run that is hard to kill, like just have a shitload of health and damage resistance, but no way to actually do reasonable damage to the enemies, and all of a sudden your waves, or not your waves, god, that's Ratropolis terminology. Your rooms take like 5 or 10 minutes each, and then you start to scream. But it's something to look out for. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll probably try it out anyway, just because I want to. Just because I want to, really. Please, let me ambush the boss. Thank you. No rush though. I'm not in like a I gotta get this going, we gotta get rolling sort of situation with it. I just kind of think it could be fun, so I may give it a whirl. Other than that, not much. Going through the processes of getting myself ready for college, as I've been saying, and also seeing if I can find any like remote part-time programming jobs to get myself back in the mindset. And even if I can't, I'm probably gonna try see if I can find like one of the free coding websites that seems reasonable. I think I remember doing I think it's like Code Academy or something like that, and having that be good. It's never a wrong time if you're in programming to pick up a new language. And I don't know Java, so you know, seems like as good a time as any to learn Java. And maybe dust up on, like, see if I can learn some more stuff about Python, which is what I do most of my, what I would say I'm the most comfortable with. And if you don't know coding languages, sorry. It's interesting though, because people want, in programming, they want you to have experience with a specific language. And for sure, having that experience is important. Don't get me wrong. But I also am a bit of a believer in that pretty much once you know one coding language, we got Alter. Holy shit, it's insane. Once you know one coding language though, in my opinion, you pretty much know them all. And because mostly that's not true, right? I know like C++, C#, things like that. I can't sit down and just like code JavaScript for you right off the top or anything like that. But what I can do is I can just look up I know the general process of how I would go about it. I really want to take this steel. I don't think I need it though. I'm just gonna take a house. You see what we got here, by the way. I got Alter, we got Soulflower. You know the drill. And if you don't know the drill, you're about to know the drill. Soulflower generates soul, Alter instantly finishes your labors at the price of soul. As soon as this gets ready to go, we just cash it in and we make a lot of soul. Like we make infinite money pretty much here. What did I hit? Weird. I've been doing stuff like that. I also scheduled with my friends to watch a bad movie that I've been wanting to watch for a while. It's called Dragon Ball Evolution. You may have heard of it. I've heard so many people talk about how absolutely god-awful it is, and I went, my god, I need to see that. I love terrible movies. Even though I don't watch a whole lot of movies, as you probably are aware, still love watching just absolute garbage and making fun of it with my friends. Because who doesn't? Riffing on bad shit's fun, if you ask me. So probably gonna see if they're ready to do that after I finish this episode. But I was like, yeah, I got some stuff I need to do tomorrow before I'm ready to go. So I'll let you guys know. Little do they know the stuff I need to do today is record Ratropolis, because I do this every day. And it's important. Now, Soulflower, Colony, and an Alter. Oh, investment plus Alter. Wait a minute. That's huge. Wait, that's so sick. I never even thought of that. But that's so cool. I just cash in my investments instantly. Yo, this is a fun run. This is a run that gets me excited. I'm gonna lose because I'm gonna try taking too many things and die, but if I don't lose to that... Oops, I bought a watchtower. That's actually fine. We are on the coast. I need to put this wall to the left. And we hope that this isn't Mr. Barrel, Ender of Hope. Dream Killer. I'm still not sure what I'm calling him. Lord Barrel of the Wastes, perhaps? And the Wastes are what was once my colony before he ruined it. Something like that. This is a pretty fun one for labor. We got worker and we got an altar. Two very enjoyable things, if you ask me. I could use some healing to get these militia back into fighting shape. These guys do a lot of damage. 12 damage a hit, is that what I'm seeing here? Patrol, immigration, or shoe market. I'm gonna remove a card. I'm gonna remove grain. I have enough labor cards that I can say goodbye to grain with some consistency. Or not consistency, but confidence. Now what I really need is I need this to not be a barrel. That's all I want here. I just want this to not be a barrel. And then I think we're alright. Need to play less colonies and more soul flowers. Ah, that's terrible news. Ah, that's just terrible news. Oh, that's just real unfortunate right there. That's not what I was hoping to find out about this run. I guess I should step back and just kind of hope things work out. I don't know. Another apartment. 2 apartments, man. That's incredible. Our army is terrible for this. Like, we are in a very bad position from an army standpoint. However, our economy is in a good place, so who's to complain? Oh yeah, you can't target this guy with skills. That's right. That's the other weird thing about him. You guys gotta go fight him. He's just killing you. My military units are just sitting here getting shot and going, did you feel something? Well, no, me neither. This is tough. I think we're gonna lose this, which is a real shame. Easy money. I don't really see how I don't die. I don't see it. Which is a shame. Like, this is a cool run. Just absolutely killed by this fucking boss. Look at him. He's 1 HP, but my guards can't hurt him. He's too strong. God, I hate the coast. Have I ever told you about how I feel about the coast? We lived, but like, it's so much damage I'm gonna take on the way to surviving here. I don't know. Cash that in real quick. And the problem is just that I don't have time here. I didn't do anything crazy like take wave time down or anything like that. I need to probably stop playing colony. Take the aid station, get a wall. Try and put some more space between me and the enemies. I built too many buildings is what's really wrong here. And now, so having too many buildings like this means that the enemies take too long to rise up. And now they just drop right on top of me, as you can see here. And I took too many cards as well. We're gonna say goodbye to Colin. No, I accidentally said goodbye to that card instead. That's fine. We have 65 tax income. Like, it's a lot of money. And I have nothing that's gonna stop me from getting killed here. Which is just so disheartening, man. Like, this is a run that should go so huge, but I have no survivability because barrels just drop in and wipe out guards. Yeah, this is over. Let's not waste any more time. There's no recovering this. You might be like, oh, well, you could pull it back. No, there's no way. There's no way. Fuck the coast. God, I hate this map. So many cool runs that just get absolutely destroyed. I feel like you need more than shield rat and guards for that map, but What more? Like, I didn't get offered anything else. I guess I could have taken pike rat, but I would be in the same position. I'm very sad that that run fell apart. But it's like, you know what I should have done there if I wanted to win that run? And I should do this every time, really. But I don't like it. We should have gone steel. That's what the game wants. I'll probably, and look, if I'm offered steel in the rest of the day, this is how these runs are working out, right? The morning episodes, I try out something fun, interesting, new, and cool, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun, and then I die because you just get run over on hard mode trying cool stuff like that. And then I go, okay, I guess we're back to just doing a dumb infinite. And then tomorrow I wake up reinvigorated, I forget my defeat, and I try something new and interesting, and then I die, and then we go back to doing a dumb infinite. And it's mostly just like I'm mad because I feel like I wanted to work with that, and maybe I could have, right? Maybe I could have. If I had worked it out a little better, I think I could have made that one win. What do I mean by worked it out a little better? Well, I shouldn't have taken colony, I shouldn't have taken investment. What I should have done is I should have just used soul flower to generate me money, and like soul flower 4 times, and then press the alter button. Well, we're gonna go steal. It's a little early, but I don't think there's any way that I as long as I remove cards, right, which is the whole point of the way that I play out this early game, we're going to get there with the steal setup. And look, I tried, but it didn't work. Also, like, going that Soulflower altar setup is kind of worthless, I'll be honest with you. Get rid of Hunt first. It's worthless because it doesn't really do anything if you don't have a good soul building, or like a good thing to put your soul into. Right, like I had all that soul that I was generating, and for what? Basically just to generate more soul, The money income is honestly not that high as I think about it, right? Because I'd have to press the redraw button 4 times to get... So I needed to have something else alongside it. I need more population, I guess. And I needed to not take colony. Or I just needed like 20 more seconds. One of those 2 things. Hopefully I got a good advisor. Oh, that's a good advisor. That's Arbalist. I'm not mad that it's going to extend our steal time a little bit, but that's fine. Arbalist is real good. The time that I lose because I don't get to steal, I get time because Arbalist is going to save me a lot of units. Take a quick moment to drink here. If you are following my journey to try and quit soda, it's still going good. I have not had any soda in the past, like, 2 weeks, however long. I don't know, I haven't really been keeping track. I just kind of one day was like, you know what? I'm done. And I stopped drinking it. As best as I can, anyway. It's not... as best as I can doesn't mean like, oh, I have a can here or there. I haven't had any. But, as I've said, the whole point of me quitting soda was because it's too sugary, and I've replaced it with Arizona green tea, which is not as bad, but a similar level of sugary. So, kind of kicking the can down the road a little bit, but it's a step in the right direction, and that's all that matters in my opinion right now. I'm getting somewhere. Oh, and I also, Arizona green tea, pretty good, I gotta say. It's a very tasty drink. Although I don't really like the stuff that comes out of the cans. I think that, oh boy, steel mining. Ooh buddy, here I go playing steel and mining again. Are you ready for this nuanced, exciting gameplay? Oh, they gave me farmer. 50% more gold from fruit, grain, fruit, livestock, herb, and brewing, but it doesn't actually show on the card. But this will give me 90 gold now, I believe. Believe is the number. Look, steel mining is nothing new, but if I want to get a victory in these episodes, I'm going to take what they give me that gives me a victory. It's just how it is. I don't know. I think I do a good enough job of trying to keep things fresh on these runs, honestly. If you don't think so, you may let me know. But when it comes right down to it, right, if I'm trying to win multiple runs of this game, I'm going to, like, if I'm trying to win streak, you're going to take the things that win, right? When I'm offered a steal at that timing, I'm just going to take it. Also, I took Armored Knight here because I think Armored Knight is good. Well, I think he's alright anyway. I think that he has the potential to be good, but I don't know. Right now, what's on my mind? Well, we have Crossbow Rat and we have Armored Knight. And I ask myself, every time I take a unit, I ask myself, how does this work in this army? Right, and Armored Knight is not going to do anything for a while. Armored Knight's going to have his time to shine once we get into the later waves here, but for now, we're just kind of waiting. Three crossbows probably holds us through wave... Probably through wave 12. I need to take a wall from this shop so that I can wall off in case it's barrels again. I remember when I used to think, oh, Longbow Rat. No, because if it's barrels, Longbow Rat is going to get so absurdly killed. Like, it's not gonna be very pretty if I take Longbow Rat. He's gonna do, and the reason it's bad against barrels is not so much because he'll do bad against the barrels themselves. He'll do bad against the barrel boss with projectile defense. And I could just have Armored Knights in position for that guy, but maybe I should have gone for it. I think Longbow Rat does really, really poorly on this map in general. I don't like Squire. I'm sorry. I think that Longbow Rat's real bad on this map though, because waves 20 through 30 has enemies that jump walls like constantly, and they also have the enemies that throw crabs at you, both of which become very difficult. Longbow Rat struggles to hit tiny units. No, if they ever implement a wins counter, then I'll probably take these runs a lot more seriously. See how high of a win streak I can get to, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to make these runs exciting and entertaining, but I also really Treasure Hunter again. I try to make these runs cool and interesting for you, do something interesting, but the options are dwindling. Although I say that, and then we have runs like the run where I went Missionary Musketeer as my entire army, something that I've definitely never done before and definitely would not have expected to be nearly as good as it was. So who knows? I think Musketeer does really, really well on this map, by the way. If I get offered Musketeer, I'm taking him for sure. I think he's one of the best choices for the coast, honestly. I'm trying to think if there's anything better. Yeah, we got Arbalest. This is free money. Bounty Hunter. Guardian. Guardian would be good. I was thinking maybe I should try for Guardian. Not try for it, but like take Guardian if it gets offered, right? I need some answer to the question of how do I survive the bosses, and Guardian takes like 2 hits from the bosses. Also, everything else in that chest is mediocre at best. I get a lot of money if I take Butcher right before the Purificate rats come rolling in, but I don't need money. I have money. Now I'm thinking that the best thing to take on this map is Musketeer. Or in terms of damage, right? Musketeer and Treasure Hunter are both good. How's Druid on this map? I've been having success with Druid lately, so let's throw in a few Druids as well. I can do it, right? I'm gonna take a big varied army. Not a lot of Druids though, I think. I think the correct number of Druids is like 2, essentially. 2 Druids will split up the waves and hopefully make it not so scary. But we are gonna probably pin most of our planning on crossbows. And I need to make sure I have a Guardian on this side. 4 crossbows, 3 crossbows. My plan right here is basically Druid locks down some units while the crossbows get their reloads in. And on top of that, if enemies reach me, I have Armored Knight to stun and Guardian to tank, right? It's essentially built around stalling the enemies for as long as possible, while crossbow gets another volley off. That's really bad against bosses, though. Let me make sure that you know that I know this is going to do very poorly against the bosses. My sustained damage output is terrible. It's really, really bad. What's my plan to deal with that? I don't know. Yeah, you see, one of the reasons that I wanted to set up like this, though, is because if this is barrels dropping in, I'm very unreliant on guards. I have enough guards, though, that it's fine, right? By it's fine, I mean that if the enemies drop in, I'm going to be okay. Oh, I could take train. Oh, wait a minute. 3, 6. Yeah, I kind of like this. I kind of like it. Let's give it a shot. We should probably move back here. So here's the idea now, right? We do the train, and then we just keep training. Where's my steel? Am I blind? I played steel, but it didn't draw itself? This happens sometimes, and when it happens, it's really, really bad. 3, 6. Oh, I played steel and it didn't draw itself because I went up to 11 cards. That's why it happened. I'm the fool. Hopefully that's not what's happening every time that happens, because that would be embarrassing. Well, we're gonna have to recover from this position, which is not going to be easy. I'm going to need a lot of card removal. I was very careless. I took a lot of stuff, right? At the end of the day, I still threw this run. Not necessarily, right? We have 47 population and army settled up. That's gonna do good work, but it's bad. It's a very silly position to find myself in. We'll start with an upgrade on steel. First things first, I need to recover this. We need to remove grain, we need to remove some of these military cards. We can move back here. Moving back is mostly just risky because it's only risky if there's buildings in here. And by risky, I mean I think it's just bad if there are buildings in here, because then the enemies take too long to reach the wall. You don't have time to repair the next wall, and it becomes problematic. Refresh, look for assistance. Musketeer I said I would take, however. Oh, but Musketeer is such a good plan. Oh man. Oh man, but I'm gonna put myself in a real bad spot taking Musketeer. But I'm gonna take him because I think that it's the long-term plan I feel like I need to have here. Now watch as my units get their AI mixed up. So in the long term, we're in a good spot. We just have to live for the long term now. Right. Mostly, it's just, the problem comes where the enemies drop, like a barrel drops on me before this wall gets repaired, and that's when things go real bad. So I'm gonna remove militia next. Like, there's 2 cards removed already, so maybe it's not so bad. And I think we can just kind of wait and take it easy here. All I would be doing right now is playing out mining anyway. The problem mostly comes in the fact that I don't have the ability to recover if my army starts to take heavy damage, right? I cannot spam redraws, it costs way too much. But I think we should be alright. You can see how Arbalist is doing here. Arbalist doesn't really have trouble until waves 20 through 30. Graveyard's been generating some good money. Also want to point out the Purificate event was basically just purely profit for me here. I need to get down to 7 cards. We have 6, we have 10 right now. I need to figure out which 3 I'm going to remove. It's probably going to be Potter, Druid, and Guards, I believe. Purificate event on this run though was actually just profit, purely profit. And that's kind of the variance on it, right? Sometimes that event just causes you to lose a run, and sometimes it just makes you a load of population through Graveyard. And that's how it is. Look at this army. If If I can get two druids, I just want 2 druids that stay alive, essentially. And with those 2 druids, they're gonna split up waves a little bit for me, hopefully. Buy a little extra time. But no, we're in an okay spot here. It will pretty much entirely come down to how many musketeers do I get out before we reach wave 20, though. And upgrade him. Because that guy is going to drop on me and ruin me. There is not much chance anything else than that. Right, I'm gonna need a few guardians ready to go. I need my steel recovered by then, essentially, so that I can power out as many guardians as I'm going to need. I'm going to look for none of those cards. I'm going to look for... I need to remove 2 more cards. I'm looking for assistance right now, because assistance will get it back instantly. Otherwise, I just need population. Yeah, more Arbalists would help with these waves and my survivability. Oh, I'm losing druids because the units are getting pulled. That's what's going on. Thought it was strange. Please, you gotta shoot. Thank you. Graveyard's generating me some pretty good population, though. I must say. This is a good lesson, though. The lesson to be learned here is make sure you keep track of your cards when you're doing an infinite. Pay at least the slightest amount of attention. 1 away, and then we're good. Well, as good as we can hope to be anyway. More wave period. God, but the more building repair time is just so... It's actually fine, because we're not against the captain. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And the extra 5 seconds may be important. I don't know if they will be. We'll see. But really, they just dropped one right on me here, huh? Hopefully my units turn and kill him. This isn't good. I guess I have to move my entire army over. Oh, never mind. Never mind, they actually did turn and kill him. That's good. Oh yeah, the extra 5 seconds of wave time makes the drop-ins a little less terrifying. This is the last removal, right? So we remove Druid now. And then hope I draw steel, and we have recovered. How about it? Did I lose population? Was I at 49? I don't remember. Right after I recover, they give me the Seeds of the World tree event. That's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. Perfectly timed, honestly. Can you ask for it to be pushed out at a better timing? I don't think so. What I can do with this is I can just power out some trainings. Little less animation time if nothing else. And we'll get 1 big train off, hopefully. And now what I'm going to not do is I'm not going to do the same thing I do with ARM, which is get too greedy and then never actually play it. We're just gonna get up to the boss wave, and I'm gonna train out units for the boss wave, hopefully. Need a house, excellent. I'm gonna train out 1 big musketeer, probably. Probably. What do you got for me? Fire station? It's a little late. I'll refresh. Medic's not terrible on this map. You know, Guardian Medic on this map isn't bad. I'll do it. It is the coast where I am okay with taking Medic. And we're gonna put down our big money train here. I think it's time. This dude is very scary. My god. That's plus a lot of health. So we're gonna play out Guardian, Medic, and Steel here. And we're just gonna keep playing out Guardians, and probably throw out a Musketeer. But yeah, Guardians, they don't your front line doesn't live very long here. As you can see, 120 damage in a single volley. You see this shit? Don't play out, as long as I'm still playing out Guardians, right, it's good. The fear comes when the next wave hits, but thanks to the Arbalist, it shouldn't be that bad. I think we do live through this, but barely. Now the bright side is, of course, I have a really, really strong medic, healing 32s. 5 flood cards. Alright, we'll just take 7 population down there. And that's fine. Not bad. Honestly, not that bad. Upgrade our Guardian for an extra 60 HP. All of a sudden, we're looking alright here. Now, the big downside of having such a thick army, or like so many army cards, is I actually have to take a moment here and think about... I definitely need to put units on this side. I just don't really know what. Probably some musketeers. I think we'll stick at about 2 medics. And then we'll just train here for a while. May as well not waste the cooldown. Though. Yeah, the best unit to get the big train off on is actually the medic, in my opinion. Since he gets a lot more healing, right? You could theoretically get the medic up to a point where he just insta-heals every unit. It's interesting. Guardian and medic, but in a good map instead of a bad map for Guardian medic. How crazy is that? Oh, you know, I saw something interesting today. I looked at Twitter and saw that one of my Ratropolis related tweets got a like from the dudes who make this game. And I was like, yo, you know, I was like, first of all, I was like, well, they probably just like searched through Ratropolis on Twitter and went through and looked at some of the posts from people, but I was like, yo, the people who make this game might actually know who I am. How cool is that? It made me feel pretty good about today. If nothing else, I was like, yo, that's cool. Meant to talk about that sooner, but also it just slipped my mind because a lot of the times I have like, okay, here's something I may want to talk about later when I'm recording or doing a stream, and then the time comes and I just completely forget about whatever the hell it was. Whatever the hell it was. Okay, 6221242. Oh god, I'm not gonna remember that. Let's archive in my brain the important ones. 6 crossbows, 6 crossbows. 2 druids, doesn't matter how many druids, but it's 2. 2 medics, 2 medics, 3 medics. So I'll put down another medic on this side. Yeah, I wanna boost out big health and attack units on this side, like I did on the right side here. And I'm not, look, we'll go to 35, and that's it. 35 is where I'll stop. Now this isn't nearly as good as ARM, by the way. 35, 105 for the number of trainings I've played, but it's good enough. We'll put down 1 of each boosted out unit here. The crossbow, the musketeer. I don't think I actually put down the big armored knight, but that's fine. And we're solid. We're in a good spot here, I would say. Oh wait, I need more guardians. Come over here. Oh, because my armored knights got wiped out. That's what went wrong. The stuns aren't coming out on this side because the armored knights got wiped. Because as soon as a guardian dies, the follow-up damage hits the backline. In this case, it's armored knight. But it seems to me like the things you want to have, basically you just want to have a steel infinite to survive that boss. Some sort of way to power out a lot of units is the actual answer to how do I survive that boss. Alternative answers include, I don't know, honestly. Like, I guess alternative answers would be having really high health walls and a lot of guards, or really high health walls and like longbows and 2 walls between you and the enemies. But again, the problem with doing that is, of course, the 12 and 16 bosses. So I guess you have both, right? You have like something up front and a lot of guards stacked up. Something up front for the bosses ahead of time. Doesn't seem impossible to survive, put it like that. It just is gonna take some doing to figure out how the hell we live through that, because it's so hard to build up your guard stack. As I'm sure I've said multiple times. See how much damage these guardians are tanking here? Oh god. They're eating a lot of damage thanks to these medics. I'm trying to keep up, right? I can stop playing out some of these units. Armored Knight, I'm probably good without at this point. Probably just want to keep Medic and Musketeer going, as well as Guardian. None of these really matter. We'll take Medic up, I guess. Seems fine. And then this chest, I'll take... Wonder if Thorn Fence beats this wave. Or not this wave, but like this map. If you get Thorn Fence on wave 10, does that win the game for you? I bet it does. Doesn't it? Yeah, I bet it does. Because you just put down Thorn Fence, and then obviously you need something on top of Thorn Fence, but you have a lot of options. I'm probably not going to sit here and spam these cards out, because like, I don't really feel like I need to. I'll do it one more time, just because why not? But after that, there's no real need. We're pretty much good here. I think we're pretty much good here. I would like to have more Musketeers and less of everything else at this point, right? Although the crossbows, they're doing their job. This is a very expensive army from a population standpoint, though. Right, 76 population does not get me a whole ton of units here. How did these crossbows get stuck back here? I guess they were wandering around, and they... Oh, interesting. I'm guessing that they were wandering, right? And then the wave started, but the enemies just jumped right on top. And now my big plan of letting crossbows rip through entire waves is ruined because they keep shooting these crabs. Nah, there's some over here doing damage, it's fine. Get some Musketeers out as well. I don't know, this is a weird one. Despite feeling like I should have this in the bag, I don't think I've been offered many houses, right? Or maybe I just haven't been taking them. That's the thing, is I don't actually pay attention. I just, like, my brain automatically cycles through what the best option is, in my opinion, from the chest, so I don't ever notice if it's like, well, I didn't choose a lot of houses, or if it's like, oh, I didn't get offered any houses. Either option is realistic as an answer, though. Go up to 40, because it's a nice round number. I think that I tried to diversify my army too much here. That's what I really think about this run right now. I think I tried to take too many different interesting units when in reality the secret strategy that wins is just take a shitload of the same unit and put them down. And let them stack up and just ruin enemies with that. Although, like, we're fine, right? We're doing absolutely fine. No, not my druid. Aw, jeez. No. Druid wasn't really doing much there. Guys, you gotta hit the crabs. Good job. But we're starting to get thinned out a little bit, which is good. Give me an apartment. Breed. 60 seconds though, it's too long. Too long for my taste. We're gonna stick at 2 guardians. Maybe I should get a few more medics out. Let's try that. Oh yeah, 52, 147 medic. I should make sure I play one of every unit that gets super buffed. Make sure I'm making full usage of that buff. This wave is the wave that really starts to kill units off, though, when you have this sort of a setup. Since your medics get slept and your frontline, everyone gets slept, right? Not much you can do. Maybe... I wonder if you can dodge the sleep somehow. I doubt it. But what if you, like, move back right when she sleeps? Probably not. I think the sleep is just an AoE. Pretty sure. Who's getting hit? I'm hearing units die that shouldn't be dying, I feel like. Dude, these guardians, even with all the bonuses I'm giving them, they're not doing a very good job of staying alive. I'm very shocked. I'm also very shocked that despite being at 88 population, we're doing so well. You fucker. You... Oh. It's fine. It's fine, it's not that bad. Just, man. If I could change one thing here, what would I do to change this so that it's less frustrating? I would just make it so that enemies that get thrown behind the wall just turn and attack the wall from behind or something like that. When there's nothing for them to hit. I could have upgraded this with the smithy. I should have done that. So we got 1 guardian, 10 arbalists, 4 armored knights, 5 musketeers, 5 medics. This side has 2 guardian. I should put 1 more guardian on the right side for sure. The training plan was cool in concept, or like in theory, however, outside of like using it to cap stats, because this is another way to cap stats, by the way. You can do the same reuse thing with arm as the general on the general hero power. If you have seen the reuse combo that I've done, where you just get your money capped and then reuse to play a card 81 times, or sometimes I think it's like 200 and something times even. Put that down on training and you'll get a lot of stats. Man, I put this sparrow nest here. I was like, yeah, let's take sparrow nest. Just so I was hoping that it would hit the crabs, but the crabs move too fast. 1 random unit removed per wave, or all units attack -2. Oh, this is not good. I guess, like, this isn't so bad. 1 random unit removed per wave, we're gonna lose 3 units. I just hope it's not something like one of the super buff medics is all. It shouldn't be. So, 5 musketeers and 4 musketeers. Okay, my favorite candy bar, the 4 musketeers. Actually not a big fan of that candy bar, but to be fair, I'm not a big fan of candy in general. I don't eat a lot of chocolate. I'll eat some fruity candies, but that's about it, right? And like maybe Reese's Pieces. Yeah, we want crossbows here. I'm just gonna even it out and go to 10. Try and keep the sides even. Seems like more crossbows is actually pretty strong. Although I can't tell if that was crossbows or if it was just the musketeers doing the work there. Nah, candy though, I'm not a big fan. It's fine, right? I don't mind. Chocolate in particular I rate pretty lowly. Lowly? Pretty low? Pretty lowly? Lowly doesn't seem right, but I'm not sure. Regardless. I don't know, most people when I say that to someone though, they're like, what the hell? You don't like chocolate? What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? Maybe. I don't know. This is a long episode. Holy shit. No wonder I'm starting to lose it. 47 minutes. I didn't think the first episode ended too early. Or I thought it ended at like 5 minutes. Is this just a really long run? Is that... Oh, because of the extra 5-second wave time. I bet that's really added a lot on. But yeah, I took that. So that's added probably about... What? We probably got that around wave 14. That's added about 16 times 5. It should only add like a minute and a half, really. I don't know. Feels like we've been here for longer than I expected to be here for. Maybe I got something else that's causing... Or maybe I took another wave time something or other. I don't know. Regardless. Turns out the Steel Infinite worked out. Surprise, surprise. And the thing is, doing a Steel Infinite is just... I don't have to play with a Steel Infinite. You can have a similar effect if you just have a lot of money. But the Steel Infinite has a very short lead time, which is why it's very easy to do and easy to win with, in my opinion. It doesn't take a whole lot. The butterfly event on wave 29, who buddy? You just need steel and you need not a lot of cards, and then you have your Steel Infinite and you have your economy set up for the run. Well, even with just Potter, you'll make money over time. With mining, it's obviously a little better, but I haven't been mining for a while. But I do my best to switch things up as much as I can. Anyway. Switch things up and also still win runs. Because ultimately I do want to get in a few victories. I think that if you're struggling and you're looking for your first win condition, like your first real good win on hard mode, the easiest thing to do is just remove a bunch of cards and do steel like this. Because then it doesn't really... As long as you play your infinite out correctly, which, to be fair, it is not easy right out the gate. It took me Holy shit, does this guy really hit 150? Oh, I bet he does like 30 damage AoE, doesn't he? It took me a few runs to get to a point where I wasn't fucking up this infinite, basically. But, I think I've reached a pretty good amount of consistency with it. The reinforcements rolling in. I almost want to do nightmare mode on the coast just to see what the hell happens with those mushrooms. Do you actually have to send units to clear them all out, or do they die when the boss dies, I wonder? Well, anyway, bit of a longer episode, but that's fine with me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more. And I will see you in the next episode. Have a good day. Check this out. I set up key bindings for this now.